Because you've been taught to write a hook, you might fall for the wrong answer on the AP Lang exam. Today, I'll show you exactly how to crack the introduction MCQ. Hey everyone, welcome to or welcome back to CT's AP Cookies. Over the past 7 years, I've helped hundreds of international students score a 5 on the AP Lang exam. I've studied this test inside out so you don't have to. In this AP Lang MCQ series, I'm breaking down the essential knowledge you need to boost your score. What's essential knowledge? On the College Board website, there's a document called Course and Exam Description. It includes 83 pieces of essential knowledge, and each MCQ tests one of them. So to crack the MCQ, you need to know what essential knowledge actually means. Not all teachers cover them in class. That's why I'm here to help. Today, I'm breaking down the essential knowledge on introduction paragraphs, and then we'll see how it shows up in the test. Alright, here's how College Board explains the introduction essential knowledge. The introduction of an argument introduces the subject and/or writer of the argument to the audience. An introduction may present the argument's thesis. An introduction may orient, engage, and/or focus the audience by presenting quotations, intriguing arguments, anecdotes, questions, statistics, data, contextualized information, or a scenario. Let's look at a few quick examples. In this introduction, the author mentions he's a college professor. So it introduces the writer to the audience. It also focuses the audience by narrowing the argument's perspective to that of a college professor. And it introduces the subject through questions such as, where would you go to college? What is the right thing to say to someone deciding on his or her future? Note that this introduction does not present the thesis. Instead, it builds anticipation by making readers curious about the other question. But on your AP Lang FRQ, it's highly recommended that you present your thesis in your introduction. Now, another quick example. This introduction orients the audience by explaining a technical term. It engages the audience by making it personal. That all-nighter you pulled last week? Your brain is still paying for it. These two sentences captures the audience's attention by bridging the science of sleep to the reader's own life. In the last sentence, it presents the thesis. Sleep is essential maintenance, not optional rest. Okay, now that we know what College Board means by orienting, engaging, and focusing, read the essential knowledge again and we'll see how this is tested on the exam. Let's start with an easy one. I'll give you 30 seconds. You don't need to pause the video. Okay, so the writer wants to make sentence 2 more engaging. The correct answer is B. This version engages the audience by presenting specific data and statistics, naming Google, Meta, and Amazon, and citing tens of thousands of layoffs. The essential knowledge says introductions can engage through statistics and data, and this choice does exactly that. Now, let's look at A. It sounds credible by citing industry analysts. But the language is too formal to be engaging, and it's not as specific and vivid as B. C tries to engage by being direct and relatable. but the informal diction such as yeah, good luck is problematic. It doesn't maintain the measured tone established in sentence 1. Being engaging doesn't mean abandoning the passage's tone. As for D, it introduces a new subject, so it actually distracts from the introduction's focus on job scarcity and layoffs. Alright, let's look at another introduction MCQ. Again, I'll give you 30 seconds and you don't need to pause the video. Okay, let's look at the first and second sentence. When we think of powerful rulers in ancient China, we think of Qin Shi Huang and Emperor Wu. Yet the excavation of Fu Hao's tomb, wait, who is Fu Hao? Based on what I've read so far, she doesn't seem very famous. So the audience probably doesn't know who she is. It would help if the writer explains who she is. Otherwise, the reader feels disoriented. So the correct answer is B. This sentence introduces who Fu Hao is and what made her remarkable. She commanded armies and led rituals. That's consistent with the evidence in sentence 3. The other 4 choices elaborate on things that are not the focus of the paragraph. The paragraph is about how Fu Hao might have been a military leader and how that challenges the historian's assumption about women. We don't get more oriented by learning about the Shang dynasty. We don't need to know about the tomb looting, nor details about Xingsu, nor what archaeologists debate about. The question asks what orients the reader, and only B does that by telling us who Fu Hao actually was. Now let me give you a harder version of the question. This time it's not asking you to orient, it's asking you to engage. Read the choices and see which one best engages the audience. I'll give you 10 seconds. C and E are incorrect because the focus should be on Fu Hao, not the Shang dynasty or other female rulers. A is incorrect because it orients but does not engage. The tone is informational, not attention grabbing. This would have been correct if the question asked you to orient the audience. Both B and D pick curiosity, but D is vague about who the queen is, and the language is too informal. B keeps the focus on Fu Hao and maintains the right tone. So B is the correct answer. Final note, there are 3 subcategories of the introduction MCQ. The first asks you to orient the audience. The correct answer usually explains a key concept, person, event, or location. The second one asks you to engage the audience. The correct answer needs to capture attention and pique curiosity. And the third asks you to present the thesis. The phrasing of this kind of question may be like, the writer is considering changing the sentence so that it clearly articulates the passage's overarching claim, or which of the following best establishes the author's position on something. And if the question asks you to present the thesis, you usually need to read the whole passage. So please do not make a choice based on reading the first paragraph alone. That's the introduction MCQ. It's not a very difficult type of MCQ, but you do need to read the question very, very carefully to be clear whether it's asking you to orient, to engage, or present the thesis. What AP-Lang video do you want me to make next? Drop a comment below. I read every single one of them. And if you're struggling with essays and want personalized feedback, I offer essay review services. Check the description below for more details. Thanks for watching today. See you next class.